What's the word, y'all? We back. It's been a minute. Pardon me. But we're here again, and I want to have a very, very important conversation with everyone, but particularly my brothers, with this segment, how to deal with women. We're going to get into it right now. First of all, first and foremost, okay, let me start by saying a couple things. One, I am no expert in dealing with it by any stretch of the imagination. That is not what I am, proclaiming to be, and that's not what I'm bringing to y'all. All I'm really doing is maybe just giving some of my knowledge that I've had to learn through experience, and definitely, learning the hard way on some occasions. When I told you that we'd be here dealing with wellness, that's exactly what I meant. And to the ladies, watching out there, when these type of topics arise, at least on my channel specifically, you have to understand, we as men cannot speak to the plight of the woman. Even though, this channel is for everyone, when it gets a bit more personal, I would only typically be able to, relate to the issues of the man more personally than I would be able to do the woman. And, on top of that, I'm really just promoting healthy relationships between both parties. I was raised, by my mother. Only, have a daughter that I'm raising. So again, it's all about peace on this end. But I would think that most women would agree that you'd like to be understood more if possible. So here we are. Let's get into number one. Brothers, create moments. Create moments. If you meet a female that you really like, what I would recommend that you do is create as many moments and memories as you possibly can. When men, I'm not talking about people playing games, I'm not talking about little boys. When a man is truly into you, when he truly likes you, in love with you, whatever terminology that you prefer to use. Okay? If that is legit, we not thinking anything past that. We thinking you and only you when it's legitimate. And if that does not happen, which it's possible, you see what I'm saying? Things change, people change. Typically, we don't know what to do. We don't know how to react. We end up making fools of ourselves. Going crazy internally, externally, and so on and so forth. And it's because we suffer, because you're not prepared for that. You suffer through the things you're not prepared for. So when I say make memories, those memories will never leave you. You have to understand, we are adults here. And when dealing with women, I think most would agree that women base a lot of their decisions and the things they say a lot of the time on emotions, and emotions fluctuate. If you are one of the lucky guys that gets to find a woman who is, everything she proclaims to be, then you're just lucky. Okay? That's not the majority, that is the minority. So that's what I would have you do, is first and foremost, create memories. Once you have that mindset, okay, this will to me strengthen your mentality, but we'll get into that later into the video. Whatever it is that you're thinking, whatever it is that you want to say, always say half of that. We talk too much. We talk too much. Simply put, if you're any type of real man, you want to be respected. You don't want nobody talking to you crazy.
I must enjoy being dumb. Let me be dumb. Let me be dumb then. No, then that's why you ought to leave me the fuck alone. Let me be dumb. Well, let me be dumb then. Let me do it.
I guess you guys think everybody else got a different answer. That's
ain't nobody got to have no different answer. Let me do what I want to do. Say what I want to say.
The answer that suits him better. He asked you that motherfucker.
Could be trying to tell me how to dress, how to eat, how to sleep, how to bathe, what to say. I can't do a motherfucking thing that I want to do.
Hopefully y'all saw the alpha male video. I'm gonna double down on that. Whatever you want to say, you say half. Why? Because the more you say, typically the more they're going to argue with you. This triggers most men. We really need to cut that out. You need to understand that biologically, males and females have certain emotional and psychological needs. And that just is what it is. Okay, and the more we as men have to have the last word and talk and go back and forth and so on and so forth, then the more into the feminine realm we kind of being pulled. Because as I told you once before, you say what you say when you said it. You wouldn't even, I would imagine, deal with a woman that wouldn't respect you on that level. To at least respect your decisions or respect something that you have said. If you said. On a whole nother note, we as men are not as good a conversationalists as women.
What I mean is women are very detailed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
like, one sentence can have like 20 words, whereas if you really listen to a dude talk with his dude friend, they're like, yup, cool, where you wanna go?
You can't speak and talk and carry on, you know, about topics all day like a woman can. So what does that lead to? Sometimes you end up sounding dry, stale. You run that risk. I don't care how charming or funny that you are. Okay, eventually they don't want that from you. They got girlfriends throwing it out there. When you speak, make it be important. Make it be about something. You see what I'm saying? Whatever you want to say less. Whether you're in a good mood, bad mood, it works both ways the same. Very important one. Very important one. These women are not your mother. I can't stress that enough. We have to stop expecting them to be that, if that makes any sense. And if it doesn't make any sense, let me explain. Once upon a time, I lived under the false pretense that if you dealing with me, you know, not that there's anything wrong with this, but if you deal with me, you know, you should be there. If I'm going through something, I should be able to, you know, cry on your shoulder the same way you would expect me to, you know, slide if anything went wrong or be there for you in any old type of way. That is not reality for most of us. This is a type of nourishment that one would expect from their mother. We typically expect this from our women, and this proves to be ineffective with most. And this also ties into my next point, which I'll combine with this one. We need to keep ourselves in a masculine realm at all times. Whether we like it or not as men, I will make a promise to you. A guarantee. If you want to lose your woman, keep bombarding her about your problems. If you don't want to deal with her, tell her how stressed out you are. This will plant a seed of weakness in her head, I guarantee it. And it will grow. They're not your mother. A good woman is not going to settle for anything less than a man that's going to lead, provide, protect, okay? Model of stability and mental strength plays a really big part in that. So when I say that's not your mother, that's not who you go cry to. Hopefully you got a good spiritual foundation, some good homeboy, you know, or something. But dumping that on your woman, or any woman for that matter, is a guaranteed surefire way to push them out of the circumstance. And if you don't believe it, try it. Let me know down in the comment timeline. We'll be here. This is why personal space is so important. And this is why I did the video about being alone. So you have to understand. That's where the growth happens. That's not your private space. You get way too comfortable, way too easy. Every man watching this to admit some woman at some point you told him your whole life story before you even got shampoo out your head. We don't care. Because we're not thinking clear when we truly like someone, as I stated before. On to the next. Now, this is also very important. I don't think y'all heard. Don't ever think that you special. Ever. When it comes to these women, know that you're special here and here. As a man, empowering yourself, walking every day. But don't ever think that you're special to any woman. Why do I say that? Allow me to explain. Do certain women love certain men? Absolutely. Do excellent women show interest and so on and so forth? Yes, they do. But when we think that we're special, we act like it. That's a problem with us as men. When we think we're special, we act like it. This in turn pushes women away. Eventually, if you have a decent self-respect. Not only for that reason, I'm going to say it again. I don't care how cold you are, what you got going on, what you think you got going on. Somebody wise once told me, it's always somebody better than you. Always. By you knowing how strong you are as a man, it's not going to matter or not. You know, what anyone thinks. You're not going to be disrespected, clearly, but you're not driven by the opinion of others. So, don't think you're special. You don't need to be. I really want to reiterate this point. Being a good, self-respecting man, out here, drip coaching, doing your thing, you fresh, you taking care of yourself, all that, you already won. But don't get cocky. Even if you are cocky on the inside, you never show it on the outside. Who wants to walk around showing their hand?
Nobody's bigger than the group. Y'all ain't stupid. I'm the one selling the records. They coming to see me.
They coming to see the Temptations.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Because again, if you are truly that, it don't matter. I be seriously unbothered. I can't even stress that enough. Because there's nothing you can tell me. That's the mentality I want y'all to have. In my opinion, this is the most important and vital tip of everything I've said. Stop giving your attention away for free. If you are a man watching, stop giving your attention away for free. Women value their attention a lot more than men. If a woman's giving you attention, that means she thinks that you have value. If a woman is not giving you any attention, it means she thinks you have no value. That is just the reality of the situation. And again, we give it away like it's nothing, like it's popcorn at the movie. You know, hey, how you doing? Every time we go, so we in a female face here, you know, they comment, you know, you comment hearts and
how you doing, beautiful?
Ooh, you know, all up and down Facebook, Instagram, following this one, liking that. We give our attention away for free. So it's no wonder your average woman thinks that your attention is worth it. We really have to start understanding what our value is. Seriously. Stop giving your attention away for free. This will separate you indefinitely from the majority of men that are shooting her way. I can guarantee that a big turn off for a woman would be somebody that's just always available. Okay, you know, anytime you hit them up, what you doing? I ain't doing nothing. What you doing? What you want to get up? What you want to kick it or something? Like, eventually that will get old. And you'll push her away. Have something going on for yourself. And make your attention worth something. If you speak like it should be like, hold up. It should really be that, bro. You don't want to blend in. You want to stand out. Always. And too many of us are doing the exact same thing. This road, if you choose to take it, is a lonely road. Like, don't get me wrong. Okay, but you can't put a price on manhood. You can't put a price on self-respect. And we as men, we're slaves to way too many things. Way too many things. And I'm not getting into a banter between men and women or nothing like that, because again, I can't speak to the plight of a woman, nor would I attempt to do so. In conclusion, I do want to hit y'all. I don't know if it's gonna work, okay, but a cheat code, okay, real quick. I'm gonna hit y'all with one cheat code before I go. When you deal with women, understand. You think of multitude. This is the mentality that a lot of women have that we typically do not use or utilize. I guarantee you, okay, every woman has options. Whether they like to admit it or utilize those options is a separate issue. Women have options. Okay, see my last point, okay, about being special. Don't play yourself. Okay? Again, if she's single, she may be texting this one, that one, even if it may not be physical. Women have options. You need to have options as well until you find somebody special. Okay, that neediness and so on and so forth. Some of us may feel like, a lot of us be thirsty, you know what I mean, even in our adult years, you know, to be in love and all that type of thing. I mean, that it's a great feeling if you can experience it. But if you are out here, quote unquote, you know, in the dating pool or whatever, I implore you. If it doesn't work out, so be it. That maybe that just wasn't your journey. If you keep that mindset, that prevents you from coming off too strong. Okay, it prevents you from seeming that, you know, desperate. It's just that and third, and it keeps you cool. You see what I mean? Like, again, if you have options for yourself as a man, you don't need to be so offended by this and that. Well, okay, apparently this isn't the one. Trust me, okay, it gets rough out there. Somebody can feel it. I ain't gonna hold y'all up too much. It's your man, Drew Coach. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And also, if there's anything you'd like to see on the channel, any topics that you think may be dope for me to cover, something you did appreciate, didn't appreciate, I want to hear it all, hit me up. I'm out.